Now on CoastTV News.
The Lewis line hitting some road bumps. Why the busing program has an uncertain future.
The not so calm after the storm, how the massive amount of rain yesterday is still being felt today by people in Sussex County. Driving through flooded waters, dangerous conditions seen across Delmarva.
Surf's up and the winds are high. The latest on tonight's advisories following the weekend's nor'easter.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Buses with an unknown road ahead. Good evening, I'm Elisa Weber. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight with changes to the Lewis line. Some problems facing the bus program has people wondering if they should stick around. CoastTV News reporter Charles Reiner shows us what kind of changes could be down the road.
The future of the Lewis line is a bit up in the air. City Council is looking into possible changes for the bus line due to lack of riders and losing money on the project. But Deputy Mayor Khalil Saliba says making money was never the goal.
It's not designed to be a revenue raiser. It's designed to be a service. And so we went into the Lewis line knowing that. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide a service that people want.
Saliba says there are three options for the line. Either leave the line as it is, modify the Lewis line, or get rid of it altogether. According to Councilwoman Carolyn Jones, additional costs to fix the buses has also raised some concerns. I did speak with one person today who didn't want to get on camera, but they mentioned that they have seen these buses here drive past them countless times. And according to them, every time they looked inside, the bus was empty. But Michiko Seto at Blooming Boutique says more people would ride it if it was just advertised more.
Mainly the people that I've talked to that have ridden it are the people that got off the ferry and they knew that was one of their options. But when I talk to people here and we try to promote it and talk about it, and we get some papers from them on that, well, we need more flyers or something that we can hand out, or a master that we can just constantly promote, because I think we got to get everybody promoting it.
The line is on a 3-year pilot program, with this upcoming summer being the 3rd year. According to Councilwoman Carolyn Jones, nothing has been decided quite yet on what to do with the Lewis line here, but she did tell me today that she hopes it sticks around in some way, shape, or form. I'm Charles Reiner in Lewis, CoastTV News.
We are taking a live look outside into Ocean City, and our first alert chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, joins us now for a look at our weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, others. Listen, we're expecting for it to continue to stay, at least on the cloudy side, on the clammy side, but at least we're not worried about a nor'easter dumping another, let's say, 4 to 5 inches of rain on top of us. We're going to take a look at those measurements coming up in a moment. Cold front's already pushed through, and you know what? We're starting to feel it outside. That chill in the air that we told you that would be there after the rain was gone, well, it's back in style, so to speak. We have a couple of sprinkles that's just fading as it begins to approach us, but generally speaking, we're still looking at it staying pretty quiet. Take a look at some of the numbers. We had over 4 inches of rain in Slaughter Beach, close to 5 in actually on Prime Hook. We had over 5 inches of rain that fell in Lewis. Rehoboth Beach, over 3.5 inches, just shy of 3.5 inches, by the way, for the Indian River Inlet. And then down towards Bethany Beach, we had 3 1/3 inches of rain from this same system. Now, we do still have a newly issued flood warning that is in effect until about 11:45 for this evening. We'll talk more about the other advisories and warnings that we have in place. Until then, back to you, Elisa.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. Are you going to Laurel's basketball game Tuesday? Well, listen up. You'll not be allowed to wear ski masks, face masks, or any non-COVID religious face covering. The police department says the change is due to safety, and the dress code applies to all school-sponsored events. An electrical issue is to blame for this Dagsboro fire. It happened around 2 a.m. Saturday. No one was home and no one was hurt. A Bridgeville man was pronounced dead after this crash in the Milton-Ellendale area on Route 16. Police say Terrence Perry was the passenger in this truck, which ran into a tree. That's just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
With all of the rainfall, Shelville and Rehoboth Beach has announced that the Holiday Village is experiencing power outages and flooding issues. The village will unfortunately not be open tonight due to safety concerns. However, to extend the holiday magic, Shelville says it has added 2 extra dates to make up for tonight's closures. The village will be reopened on January 1st and 2nd, and tickets will not be offered. Rather, guests can arrive on a walk-up basis only for those days. Along with Shelville, the Cape Henlopen State Park has all vehicle surf crossings, like one you see here, closed due to dangerously high surf conditions. Park officials say they are closely monitoring the situation. An announcement will be made as to soon by the park as if it is safe to reopen the surf crossings. New in Dewey Beach, the Planning and Zoning Commission will be holding a public hearing next month to amend an ordinance relating to smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. The town will be discussing an act to add requirements for these detectors in all types of bedrooms, hotels, and other types of sleeping accommodations in Dewey Beach. This meeting is slated for Friday, January 12th at 3 p.m. at the Dewey Beach Life Saving Station. New in Dagsboro, a fire destroys this home. According to the fire marshal, the fire took place shortly after 2 a.m. on 9-Foot Road. Crews found smoke and flames coming from the house when they arrived. The marshal says the fire was determined to be accidental and was caused by an electrical malfunction. The home was not occupied at the time of the fire and no one was hurt. Last night and this morning, strong winds and heavy rain hit the coast. Earlier this afternoon, the sun made its appearance, but the aftermath of the storm was still being felt by many. Take a look at your screen. You can see everything from Route 5 to Long Neck to Milton experienced severe flooding, causing many drivers to be very cautious during their morning commutes. While the heavy rain has subsided, much of Sussex County and the coast are still dealing with the standing water. DelDOT encourages drivers to avoid standing water as best they can.
This is major coastal flooding down here for us. Like I said, this is the worst I've seen it since I've been down here. I know it has been worse. My aunt lives just over here, and they came up to PA where we lived at one point because the flooding was that bad.
DelDOT says while high winds can be dangerous, it helps to dry up areas that are still battling the aftermath of this rainstorm. New today, a threat was made regarding the Seaford Middle School on a social media platform. It happened this weekend. The school district says it worked with law enforcement and was able to dissolve any problems of the threat. The school issued a statement today thanking the students and parents for alerting them of the possible threat. Water, water, water everywhere, not just on roads. Tori Seagraves takes us on a trip across Sussex County to see how the aftermath of the storm is hitting home.
Farm fields turned into massive pools. Yards transformed into a body of water surrounding an island of a house. Horses huddled to the few feet left of dry land in their corral. Dave Mickle says the water that came up to his house after yesterday's storm was the worst he had ever seen.
We've had a couple hurricanes and we would get similar water like this, but I have never seen so much water come down in such a small amount of time, and that's the issue.
As you can see here, walking up to speak with homeowners like Mickle was a challenge, even in tall rain boots. If you take a look behind me here in Bethany Beach, you'll see that the flooded streets go well beyond this yellow barrier for maybe another 10 blocks or so. And for reference, my height is 5'8", and the water is coming up to the height of my shins. Businesses in Bethany Beach had to close their doors due to the flooding and lack of access. But the blocked roads weren't enough to keep people from venturing into the water-filled streets and sidewalks.
This is a little heavier and higher than most of the flooding we get, which we're kind of used to. It's not as bad as it was during Hurricane Sandy, though. That really flooded.
An expected inconvenience that many say is just a part of living on the coast. After talking with some locals from here in Bethany Beach, they expect flooding like this to dissipate over the next 3 to 4 days, depending on how heavy the winds persist. I'm Tori Seagraves in Bethany Beach, Coast TV News.
After the break, here on Coast TV News at 11, Apple Watch sales in the U.S., why the company is pulling some watches off the shelves. Coming up, Southwest Airlines fined for holiday mishaps, the details that led to the millions of fines.
And we are still feeling and reeling from the effects of the nor'easter storm from this weekend. And now the winds and dropping temps are changing from the fallout of that same storm as well.
Discover your future with Sussex Tech Adult Education. We offer registered apprenticeship and health profession programs and much more, which will prepare you for everything you need to succeed in your new career, providing hands-on experience with classes taught by professionals from every industry. Sussex Tech will assist our graduates in finding their new career opportunity. To learn more about how you can earn your professional credentials that can change your life, check out Sussex Tech Adult Education online.
Your future is waiting for you at Sussex Tech Adult Education.
This year, share all the love you have during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event going on now through January 2nd. With every Subaru purchased or leased, Subaru will donate $250 to one of these 5 charities and an additional $50 when you choose your hometown charity, plus $5 for every routine service performed. Make the most of the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event and start changing lives in your community together with Gateway Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
Apple is pulling some of its watches off the shelves in the U.S. amid a patient dispute. The company says its Series of 9 and Ultra 2 versions will not be sold online or at retail locations starting this week. This comes as Apple fights a battle with medical device maker Masimo over the watch's blood oxygen feature. Apple is preemptively halting the sales in case the commission upholds the important ban over the alleged patient infringements. The Maryland State Highway Administration is making a permanent change to the speed limit. The speed limit on Royal Oak between Maryland 33 and Moores Road will be reduced from 40 miles per hour to 35 miles per hour. This decision to improve safety on a stretch of many homes, driveways, and side streets. Happening in Millsboro next month, a public hearing on a proposed subdivision. 214 homes are proposed for 69 acres in Millsboro. Jack Lingo Assets Management is the applicant for the subdivision on Hickory Hill and Radish Road. A public hearing on the subdivision is scheduled for January 2nd. The federal government hit Southwest Airlines with a $140 million fine for last year's holiday meltdown. Remember that? The 10-day-long fiasco led to the cancellation of almost 17,000 flights and stranded more than 2 million travelers. The Department of Transportation says Southwest violated several consumer protection laws, including not communicating with passengers, failing to provide adequate customer service, and not refunding passengers fast enough. The agency says this $140 million fine is the largest civil penalty it has imposed. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, homelessness in the U.S. hit a record high this year. The 2023 Annual Homeless Assessment Report shows more than 650,000 people experienced homelessness on a single night in January. That is a 12% increase from the previous year. It is also the highest number of people experiencing homelessness since reporting began back in 2007.
The nor'easter storm from this weekend was plenty inspiration enough for you to go ahead and pull out your phone, put it on camera, and scan the QR code in the corner of the screen here, because this kind of volatile weather that really is very handy for you to have our app available to you. Let's go over some of the numbers from this weekend just to show you how devastating this storm was. We had almost 5 3/4 of an inch of rain that fell in Del Mar. Over 5 inches of rain fell in Stockley, Harbison, Lewis, just shy of that in Prime Hook, and over 4 inches of rain that fell in Slaughter Beach. Now, as you take a look at this observation map, you see this 2.94 for Georgetown. This is actually the measurement, right after about midnight. So we accumulated this after midnight, not including, a little bit before that time frame, which is what these numbers also indicate, not only midnight, but most of Sunday going into Monday. But we had over 4.5 inches of rain just about everywhere, stopping here at about Laurel. And then we've had just over 4 inches of rain in Greenwood, Ellendale, Seaford, as well as Laurel, just shy of 4.5 inches there. As far as any damage concerned, we had a tree onto a power line in Millsboro. Then also in Laurel, we had some problems with some damage there over at Thompson Branch Road. And in Hebron, we had a tree that was uprooted near East Walnut Street at about 1013. There's a current flood warning in effect for Sycamore, Bryans Park, Seaford, Woodland, the Laurel area, because flooding is happening right now until about 11:45. High surf concerns until Tuesday morning. for us near Ocean City. And then along the coast, we have these small craft advisories. At least we're no longer under gale winds. We've gone from, let's say, 45 mile per hour wind concerns to about 25. Still pretty windy. Sprinkles are going to still be in the area for us on Tuesday, so that's why we're calling for a little rain on Tuesday. But by the time the sun comes up, all this should be in the past. Taking a look at Tuesday morning, going Tuesday afternoon, sunshine, but cold with these winds coming out of the northwest. Wednesday, same situation actually, with winds out of the north, but not quite as active, so that helps. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Now remember, this rain on Tuesday is before the sun comes up, okay? So don't sweat this. Sunshine on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Christmas Eve, 51. Christmas Day, 53.
Do you know a student who has an interest in building model cars? Well, DNREC is encouraging students to register for the 2024 Junior Solar Sprint. The Sprint is a statewide competition for students in grades 5 through 8 to build and race solar power model cars in a challenge of creativity, engineering, and speed. The competition will take place on April 18th in Dover, and interested participants must register by Friday, January 12th on DNREC's website. For those who travel on the Woodland Ferry, there will soon be a temporary closure to the Awareway. DelDOT says the ferry will be closed from December 24th to January 1st, and again from January 22nd to the 29th. CoastTV News will be right back.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Buy a Highlander with Toyotathon special 2.99% APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Yeah, she ain't too bad. We can probably get you fixed up for a couple grand or so. Let me get you a detailed proposal. What can an expert deliver that others can't? A superior level of detail, thorough inspections, specific contracts, quality control, and comprehensive documentation when the work is complete that the problem was solved 100%. This is the level of detail you get from FLC Energy. Not so much from that guy. For more information on FLC Energy, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
At Just Comfort Shoes, the Birkenstock store, we love hearing your Birken stories.
We've traveled the world in our Birkenstocks.
Our whole family lives in our Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks have been part of my life for over 20 years.
Locally owned and operated, Just Comfort Shoes is the only Birkenstock specialty store in Delaware, offering the widest selection and latest styles, including exclusive limited editions.
And we offer superior service and expert fitting.
Visit Just Comfort Shoes in our 2 Rehoboth Beach locations and start your Birken story today.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
Toyotathon is on. Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Buy a Camry, Corolla, RAV4, or Tundra and take $1,000 Toyota down payment cash. Toyota, let's go places.
The holiday season is here and our Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing. Already we have collected over $265,000 to help provide Christmas for children who otherwise might go without. But as we all know, this year is creating hardship for many more people, and the need for help will be even larger. Here's a look at some of the people who have already helped.
We really want to thank the businesses, groups, and individuals who have stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000 to Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign.
Here is the Shell Brothers honor roll in order of amounts given in increments of $1,000.
Friends and family of Captain Bob's Oyster Roast. Atlantic Community Thrift Shop. Officers and members of Ocean City Elks Lodge number 2645. Clark & Sons Garage Doors. Boggs Disharoon Post 123. Evans Builders. Eastern Shore Corvette Club. General Refrigeration Company. Caliber Collision Local Centers. Carolyn D. Lehman Johnson. Right Locations. Seaboard Billboard Boat. Wicomico County Public Schools. Right Way Flagging and Sign. Delmar VFW Post 8276. Tony Tank Tribe 149. Pocomoke Elks 1624. In memory of Stacy Dortch, Salisbury Elks Lodge. Chagrin Gas and Home Comfort Products. Unfinished Business. Cape Henlopen Elks, number 2540. Bunting and Murray Construction. Midway Par 3. Peninsula Imaging. ASAP Services Pumping and Disposal. Johnny Janosic. Bob Willie & Sons. Classic Cakes. Ocean City Berlin Optimist Foundation. Tuckahoe Underground. Ocean City Berlin Optimist Club. ABC Refrigeration. Edward Jones Office of Melinda Tingle.
J. Stacy Hart and Associates. Goldsboro Family Foundation. Wheels That Heal Car Club. Freddie Holland. Alan Corman and Son, Ramco Solutions. In memory of Shirley Doherty, David and Louise. FH Fur Plumbing, HVAC Electrical. Delaware Mobile Surf Fishermen. Pepsi Bottling Ventures. Collins Wharf Sod. Pools, Pavers, and more. Terra Firma of Delmarva. Eastern Shore Auctions by Willie Benton.
Apgar Turf Farm. Jefferson, Urian, Doan, and Sterner, PA. King Crop Insurance. Historical Vintage Car Club of Delaware. Murray's Residential Services. Archon Training Center. Towers Concrete Products. Mid-Atlantic Transport. Officers and members of American Legion Nanacoke Squadron No. 6. In memory of Maurice and Pearl Jordan. GNS Heating and Air. Dagsboro Paint and Wallpaper. MG Safer Services. State Orphans Board. Great Council of Delaware. Mount Zion Holiness Church.
Burris Logistics. O'Neill's Millwright and Services.
Iron Order Motorcycle Club, Delaware.
Garden Bears Landscaping. In honor of Billo Hickman. Shore Fun Tractor Pullers. Moose Lodge 646. Women of Faith Zion Church, Salisbury. In loving memory of John Angelus. Wacomico Lodge 91.
Holly Lake Campsite, Carey Insurance Group. Ashley Fence. St. Mark's UMC Easton.
Linda's Tax and Bookkeeping Services.
Delmarva Art Expo and Wool and Fiber Expo. Thomas E. Melvin and Son Funeral Home. Johnson's Seed and Feed. Mike Singleton and Sons Pest Control. Powellville UMC. Queen City Elks Lodge number 1051. Pumpkin Chunkin Association. Contractors for a Cause Foundation. Hugh H. Hickman and Sons. Quota International Salisbury. Idlewild Brewerton Club. Shore United Bank. Allen Lions Club. Paradise Plumbing.
Collins Mechanical in memory of Sam Ellers III. Coastal Maintenance. Richard Y. Johnson and Son General Contractor.
CJ's Beach Bays.
The Carroll Family. Murray Sod Farm.
Daisy's Well Drilling.
Members of the Willards Lions Club. The R.D. Greer and Sons. Bennett's Lawn Service. Accurate Termite and Pest Control. Coastal Towing. Odd Fellows Lodge number 3. Slaughter Septic Services, American Legion Post number 63, Delmarva Two-Way Radio, Fillmore Day Real Estate Services, Hickman Beach Plaza, in memory of Jack Spencer, Bethel Community Church,
Preston R. Smith Plumbing and Heating, Red Knights MD3 Motorcycle Club, Joan W. Jenkins Foundation, B&R Auto Parts, Jolly Rogers Amusement Parks, Brothers of Dorchester Elks Lodge number 223, A.E. Moore Janitorial, American Legion Cinnapunxon Post number 166. Gary and Cheryl Layfield and Boys. Missionary Baptist Church. Wycomico Day School. Salisbury Moose Lodge. Mike and Nancy West. Gloria Knock. Selbyville Elks Lodge 2173. Eastern Shore Region Antique Car Club. Corrado Construction. K&T Utilities. American Veterans Thrift Store. Gingerbread Farms. In memory of Richard and Helen Webb. Rich and Karen Gollin. Old Timers Softball League. Residents of Mariners Cove. In memory of Lily Patrick Feinstein. The Human Fund. Binstead Construction. Curtis Mercer Remodeling. Physicians at Bay Health, Kent and Sussex campuses. East Sussex Moose Lodge 2542. Road Wolves Motorcycle Club. Don and Stephanie McIntaffer. Sons of the American Legion number 123. Frankfort Presbyterian Church Thrift Shop. Shaka Shack Restaurant. Delaware Good Sam Camping Club. Bridgeville Lions Foundation. Dorman Adams. Dr. and Mrs. Chris Conyers. In memory of Samuel S. Henry Jr. Greater Berlin Minority. Preston Gromark F.S. American Legion Post number 94. Southern Delaware Golf Club. Harborside Bar and Grill. in memory of Gary Parks. Maddox Bros Trucking, Coast LLC, in memory of Ken Prettyman. AccuTrench Contracting, Lewis Rehoboth Rotary Club.
Again, we appreciate all of you stepping up to the Shell Brothers Challenge as part of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign.
If you'd like to help, send your card and donation to Bless Our Children in care of Draper Media at 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801. Or you can donate on our website, blessourchildren.org.
Thank you for helping Draper Media lend a hand.
And together, we can make the holidays this year a special one.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
The holiday season is here, and with it comes many fun activities for people of all ages to enjoy. One of those are enjoying the holiday lights and decorations put up all over Delmarva. Take a look at your screen. We are looking at this gorgeous Christmas tree all lit up and filled with tons of presents. We would love to see how you decorate your house for the holiday season. You can send your pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
It hardly ever snows in our house this time of year, which can be a big bummer. But I still check every day, just in case. My mom says never give up, because the holidays are full of miracles. And they are, especially with my mom.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
It's the Wrap Up the Year sales event right here at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Scan this QR code to receive your exclusive offer.
Lease a Jeep Wrangler Sport 4xe for $489 a month for 36 months. With every new purchase, you'll get our Preston for Life lifetime engine guarantee. Please view our entire inventory and even order online at millsborocdjr.com. Visit us in person or online during the Wrap Up the Year sales event right here at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. And remember, cars cost less with Preston.
Building relationships and making my clients top priority has helped me be the #1 realtor in Delaware 2 years in a row. Our team is growing so we can continue to make our clients top priority. At Pam Price & Associates, you are surrounded by trusted professionals to ensure you have the best experience possible. Loving where you live is our passion. Whether you are buying or selling, we will help you through the entire process. So let Pam Price & Associates help you get to your next destination.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Most new Delaware homeowners never had a crawl space and might not know about sump pumps or dehumidifiers. Your sump pump may be old, and do you know how or if it operates? And dehumidifiers from big box stores are simply not rated for crawl spaces. Call Brazier's. Our friendly staff will inspect and test your system. That old sump pump, replaced, including a necessary alarm. And now a dehumidifier that actually handles the job. Call Brazier's today and get your crawl space updated by the experts.
Were you calling the shots, though, Mr. President, ultimately? Was the Biden administration caught off guard by this latest surge of migrants? Is it clear who's going to govern Gaza once this war is over? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. To our game of the night, the Middletown Cavaliers visiting the James M. Bennett Clippers in boys hoops. The Clippers hoping to improve to 4-1, and Middletown hoping to move to 500. JMB led 15-12 after the first. Zakai Smullen got things going early and finished the game with 29 points to lead all scorers. At half, the Cavs led 33-25. Kendre Matthews led Middletown with 19 points on the night, and Middletown would go up as much as 20, but the Clippers would stay in it, cutting the lead to 7 points as captain Jace Hudson put in 17 points for JMB. But the Cavs would go on to take this one 71-61 and improves to 2-1 on the season. To more boys basketball, Parkside coming off a tight overtime loss to JMB last week, and St. Michael's trying to break a 2-game losing streak. The Rams leading 27-11 at half, but in the third, the Saints had a run in them, and they did it in the paint. Brandon Freeman heads to the weight room for this and one, battling through contact for 2. Then off a Parkside miss, the Saints in transition, Nakai Miller stepping through and finishing off the layup. He wasn't done after that. Off another Saints stop, back on the break, and Miller to the hoop yet again. He had 23 points, and the Saints cut it down to 9. But the Rams would have the final punch in the fourth. Dustin Brown gives off for Maurice Brown, who floats in a couple more points, making it a 41-25 Parkside lead. And the Rams go on to defeat the Saints 58-40. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright.
Now, get 2.9% for 72 months plus no payments for 90 days on Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Hundreds of Uggs in stock, hundreds of Hey Dudes in stock. Vernon Powell has gifts for everyone on your list. Baby Uggs and little dudes, dudes for her, Uggs for dudes, and gifts for dogs. Coolers named Rover and Yeti for all. Runners want gifts from Hoka or Brooks. Others like Carhartt, Simply Southern and Hook, North Face, Patagonia, and Extra Tough boots. Locals like Pure Lore, and you do it. Or gift cards to give that Vernon Powell fits.
Shop early for best selection and support local business.
Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth Beach.
Oh, you can do that for me?
Stop hogging the new bathroom!
I'm on the phone!
Who are you on the phone with?
Alex from Peninsula Bath.
What are you wearing, Alex from Peninsula Bath?
Khakis. And with that second bathroom, we'll give you an additional 10% off.
Mercy, that's a great deal, Alex from Peninsula Bath.
Call now to lock in your 10% discount off your second bath remodel.
Thank you, Peninsula Bath.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Be a penguin on New Year's Day at the AGH Penguin Swim. Come out to Ocean City on New Year's Day or join our cyber swim and take an ice cold dip wherever you are. Proceeds benefit the Atlantic General Hospital Foundation. For more info and to register in advance, visit aghpenguinswim.org.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Tune to 100.9% classic country or download the app to listen anywhere.
On Saturday, December 16th, the Seashore Striders inaugurated their first annual Ugly Sweater 5K in Cape Henlopen State Park. The fundraiser supported the nonprofit Redemption City. The organization helps people experiencing homelessness find shelters and comprehensive care. All participants wore their ugly sweaters and Christmas gear and definitely had a good time.
Yeah, I can do the ugly sweater part. It's the 5K part where I might have a little problem, you know. All right, let's take a look. Courtesy of our Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Contest, our umbrella giveaway winner is Rosemarie Schmidt of Rehoboth. Congratulations to you, Rosemarie. All right, so we take a look at live radar, and we're looking pretty clear for right now. Now, we do have some concerns for the possibility of some things being a little bit touchy for us. We have flood watches in effect that was issued earlier in the day, and we had some gale wind warnings that were issued earlier today. They've been allowed to expire. We've had some trees down in some of the streets and all of that, but now that's beginning to get cleaned up pretty quickly. The cold front has already pushed through our immediate area. We have some sprinkles that's going to make its way towards us overnight in the early morning hours. But other than that, we should begin to clear out for us. Now, remember, we do have the flood warning that's in effect until 11:45. High surf advisory is going to be in effect for us along the coast, particularly near Ocean City. And also keep in mind that we have concerns for the small craft advisory. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast.
Thanks for joining us here on Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.